Hey there, today I have a crazy busy day full of appointments for landscape designs. These are new clients that are looking to have a landscape design done. And so I thought it would be really fun to take you along with me to give you sort of a visual of how I prepare for the meeting in real life. We are in the series where we're talking about landscape designs. We are talking about how you think through the process, but I want to give you some real life experience. And I'm not going to show you the client's homes, or I'm not going to show you the actual meeting, but I will describe how it goes, and as I'm pulling up what I'm thinking, all that sort of thing. So I'm going to bring you along with me. I just thought it would be fun to do a day in the life. So I'm going to do this over the course of 2 days. I've got an appointment today and then a really big appointment tomorrow for a property that a lady is turning into a bed and breakfast or an Airbnb, I think. So there's a lot of work. She wants to renovate the whole thing. They've gutted the inside. They're looking to add a lot of different areas, rooms, if you will, outdoor spaces for their guests to enjoy. So I'm going to take you along, and our first stop is going to be, I've got to go to the bank. I got paid yesterday for one of the designs that I did, and so I've got to go and deposit that check. So we're going to head there now. So I thought I would share with you a little bit about what today's visit is ahead of time. Today I am going to meet with someone that I have known for a very long time. She actually was a principal at my husband's school a couple of years back, and just have known her by living in this community for so long. She has moved and she has a new house, and so she is looking to have a plan put together for her landscape. So I'm not sure entirely all that she needs done. Our initial phone call was, it was before the first of the year, and due to the ice storms that we've had in my area, we had to reschedule. And so we are finally now in mid-February, and I am finally getting the chance to go and meet with her, which I'm really excited about. So we're going to just go and see what she's got. This is what I call an exploratory meeting, where I'm going to ask a lot of the same questions. I'm going to just pay attention to, the level of sunlight. I'm going to pay attention to any drainage issues. Are there any heavy trees or, anything that can interfere with certain plants? And that comes with a level of comfort and experience that it's okay if you don't have. Always know that you can always reach out to me. I'm always happy to help you through as you think through doing your own landscape design. But in this type of situation, I'm really thinking through. I'm paying attention. A lot of unconscious things that I'm making mental notes of. I generally don't even carry a notebook with me. I do like to be present in the meeting. I don't necessarily want to be writing down, because I feel like sometimes you miss things, and I will take a picture of a certain thing, and that will trigger my memory to write it down. I write everything down when I get in the car so that I don't miss anything. I do have my note app on my phone, and I will tell the client, I'm going to take some notes along the way. But most of the time I like to ask questions and be really present in my meeting. And so I do have my iPad, and I do a lot of my designs on my iPad. So we are going to head on to the bank now, and then we are going to go to the appointment. So I just finished up my appointment. It went really well. It was so nice to see her. And it's really cool. She lives out in such a beautiful place out in the country. I'm just enamored with the location. I love the country. But this design is going to be a unique one for me because she does live in the middle of the country and the deer eat everything. So my challenge is going to be finding plants that the deer do not like. And that tends to be a challenge sometimes because deer can be very picky. There's certain plants that they like in one location and then they don't like them in another, and vice versa. And so I'm going to do some research. She knows a ton about plants, which is awesome. So she was able to tell me the type plant she likes. Something that I wanted to bring up to you is a term. I don't know where I got this term from. I tend to make things up and develop things in my head, but this is a term that I always refer to a certain category of plants, and it is the grandmother's plants. Okay, so when I say, and I will say this, I'm sure many times over the course of me making these YouTube videos, but the category of grandmother plants means like what your grandmother would have here in the South. That is hydrangeas, rhododendrons, camellias, azaleas, roses, kind of. Oh, I'm trying to think. I know there's so many more. Anyway, forsythia. Forsythia is one. Rose of Sharon, crepe myrtle sometimes. Forsythia is a big one. And then there's a shrub called a sweet shrub. And they smell so good, but not many people know what they are. Your grandmothers all probably had them if you lived in an area where you can actually grow plants. Sweet shrub, look it up. Anyway, so that is her favorite style of plants, is the grandmother variety of plants. So azaleas, camellias, no rhododendron because it's full sun, but she loves all that type stuff. So I'm gonna really enjoy doing the research and seeing what we can find. Gardenias, that's another one. So anyway, I am heading home. I'm gonna put some notes together. I did take notes this time because she really knew what she wanted. She was very specific. She wanted a country looking garden or landscape, and so I'm doing a design on the front. Then she wants a slate walkway on the side, and then covering up a septic system, like the tank opening. So, or not the opening, that was not the right thing to say. The tank, wherever the alarm is, the mechanics of the septic system. I don't know. You know what I mean. Anyway, so let me just show you, like, look how beautiful this is. I'm gonna turn the camera around. Like, look at this countryside. Oh! So anyway, we are heading home. My appointments for the day are done. I am going to go home and do some work. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow's appointment as well. Got a lot of research to do. So I will probably start looking up deer-resistant plants. And you know what? I would love to hear from you. If you have plants that you know of that are deer-resistant, please put them in the comments below. I do know a few, but to have to do an entire landscape on deer-resistant plants it's a bit of a challenge to give it a lot of variety. So anyway, enough rambling from me. We're gonna head on. I guess I need to turn on my GPS. I'm just driving along, enjoying the scenery. No idea where I'm at. So there's that. All right. All right, so I went home, changed clothes. Actually didn't have much time. I had to let my dogs out. So I am sitting in my car rider line waiting to pick up my daughter. For those of you that don't know my story, I worked a corporate landscape job forever, and I always wanted like literally would cry. I just wanted to be able to pick my daughter up after school, and I longed for it. I mean, it was something that was heartbreaking to me. I wanted to hear about her day. I wanted to be the last person to tell her goodbye when I dropped her off at the car rider line. And it just was agonizing to me to not be able to do that. And so the one appointment that I make every single day that without fail, I will not schedule, or I will schedule nothing between 2 and 3:30. Because that is the time that I go and I get the honor to sit in this car rider line, and I get to see that smiling face every single day. I get to hear all about the craziness of the day, go home and get her a snack, and, sometimes we go for a walk or whatever, but I just wanted to make sure that that was part of my day, because that is the most important part of my day. And so being as we're going in a day in the life, I just thought, why not share with you what I'm doing, right now, because that is part of my day. I have sat in this line and actually done some research on deer resistant plants, and the grandmother variety is hitting some blanks. So that's why I get paid for, right? I'm going to figure this out. Anyway, I am going to go pick out some paint colors. I have a big project I haven't really told you about. I put in a big fence for my garden with my husband over the weekend, and I chronicled all of it, so you're going to see this. But when I tell you it is massive, it is 48 feet by 56 feet wide. Yeah. So I incorporated my greenhouse in it. It is massive, massive, massive. So we have the post set, but we do have to, I'm going to paint the post, tomorrow and Friday. I have really nice weather. So I'm going to get outside and try and do that. We're going to pick out the, stain color today. And because we're getting ready to stain our deck as well. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. And after I have my appointment, obviously. So getting ready to do that. Then I'm going to go home and I don't even know. That's the beauty of owning your own business. You can just make your own schedule. I love it. Anyway, all right, I'll be back soon. Good morning. I am in day 2 of my day in the life. So I guess it's 2 days in the life. Well, I am heading to an appointment this morning where I told you yesterday, she is putting together either a bed and breakfast or an Airbnb. So I'll clarify that for you, but I am excited to go. I'm going to a place called Chapel Hill. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's a beautiful, beautiful place. So I'm going to Chapel Hill and I'm going to look at this property. And then after that, I am going to actually go home and have a little, I guess I would call it a creative day. I put up a fence and, well, let me back up. My husband put up a fence. I was the assistant for our garden. And so I want to paint the post. So I'm going to just do those posts today. It's been a bit of a rough week. I lost my aunt who was very special to me. She passed away. She was 90. So, it was understandable, but it's still never easy. And so dealing with that loss, it just, it takes a lot out of you. And so I just feel like, I just want to do something that kind of takes my mind off of anything, and I can just paint and just enjoy being outside. So I'm going to paint my fence post, and then after that, I guess it will be time to, I think I'm going to walk and pick up my daughter today. So we're going to go to this appointment now and see what happens. So I just finished the coolest appointment I've had in a while. Met with a general contractor and the homeowner, and this property is going to be an Airbnb. Gorgeous view. So we were able to talk through some changes, some suggestions, and I'm really excited about the process and the progress of this job. So I'm going to actually ask her if I can bring this to you guys to show you how a project goes from conception to actual installation. This one is going to be amazing. It's going to have a pergola with a sun shield over the top. A very, very nice area, very nice property. And so I think there's going to be a lot of detail. We're doing patios and pulling up patios and re-leveling and laying. We're going to be doing some a fire pit, possibly a hot tub, and then some landscaping and some grading and some drainage. And so this would be a great project for me to bring you along on and show you how it works in, I'm doing my own property, but I think it would be really fun to show you the property, as I'm working through, and this one would be a really good one to show you. Plus, it would be some great advertisement if you're ever in the need for an Airbnb in Chapel Hill. Look, there's a tractor driving down the road. You may be in North Carolina if you pass a tractor driving down the road. Anyway, so I am heading to Lowe's to pick up some stain for my fence post. Gonna go home and get out of the Cheetah Girl outfit. And then I am going to spend the rest of the day doing some creative things and paint. I guess mindless things and paint. And you're gonna come with me. So the temperature this morning, we had a heavy frost on the grass. It was so super cold, which is why I'm in this outfit. And crazy, by the time I'm done with this appointment, it's only 10 in the morning and it's already 52 degrees. I'm so excited. I'm sure you can't tell that, but anyway, I will bring you along on the next part of this journey. So if you're still with me, thanks for listening. I know it's crazy.